What's up everyone? Today, we're diving into one of the oldest and most influential strategy books ever written, The Art of War by Sun Tzu, written over 2,500 years ago by a Chinese military general. This book has shaped military strategy, business, tactics, sports coaching, and even personal development. Everyone from Napoleon to modern CEOs has studied this ancient wisdom. But here's the thing, this isn't just about warfare. The principles in this book apply to business, competition, relationships, and life itself. If you want to think strategically, outmaneuver competition, and win without fighting, this video is for you. Let's break down the timeless wisdom of Sun Tzu. Who is Sun Tzu? Sun Tzu was a Chinese military general, strategist, and philosopher who lived around 500 BC during the Zhou dynasty. Very little is known about his personal life, but his impact on military strategy and strategic thinking is immeasurable. About the book, The Art of War is divided into 13 chapters, each focusing on a different aspect of warfare and strategy. It's short, you can read it in an hour, but it's packed with profound wisdom. Why it matters today. This book has influenced military academies worldwide. Business strategy companies like Google study its sports coaching. Phil Jackson used it with the Chicago Bulls. Competitive games, poker, chess, esports, personal development, and life strategy principles are timeless because they're about human nature, competition, and strategic thinking, things that never change. Let's dive into the key concepts. Know yourself. Know your enemy. Most famous quote from the book: if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. What this means: know yourself, understand your strengths and weaknesses, know your resources and limitations, be honest about your capabilities, your position accurately, know your enemy. Study your competition thoroughly, understand their strengths and weaknesses, know their strategies and tendencies, predict their moves. In modern life, in business, research your competitors, know your market position. In sports, study opponents' game tapes, know your team's abilities. In life, understand yourself deeply. Be aware of challenges you face. Key insight: most failures come from lack of self-awareness or ignorance about the competition. Information is power. Study and preparation win battles before they begin. All warfare is based on deception. 2:45 Sun Tzu's second major principle. All warfare is based on deception. The concept: make your enemy think you're weak when you're strong, when you're weak far, when you're near, when you're ready, when you're not ready, when you are. Deception works if your enemy knows your true position, strength, and intentions. They can prepare perfect counters. By deceiving them, you maintain advantage and control. Examples in the book: pretend disorder to lure the enemy, find weakness to make them arrogant, show readiness when you want them to avoid, you show unreadiness when you want them to attack into your trap. Modern applications. In business, don't reveal your new product until launch day. In negotiations, don't show how much you want the deal. In sports, use misdirection and fake plays. In life, don't broadcast all your plans and intentions. Lesson: keep your cards close. Let others underestimate you. Reveal your hand only when you're ready to win. The Supreme Art of War. One of Sun Tzu's most profound insights. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. What this means: the best victory is one where you don't have to fight at all. You win through strategy, positioning, and intelligence, not brute force. Why avoid fighting? Fighting is costly. Resources, casualties, time. Fighting is risky. You might lose. Fighting destroys value. Even if you win, not fighting preserves your strength for future challenge. Show to win without fighting. Outmaneuver your opponent strategically. Fighting unnecessary by superior positioning. Win through diplomacy and alliance. Make victory inevitable before engaging. Make the enemy realize fighting is pointless. Modern examples. In business, make your products so superior that competition is irrelevant. Apple's approach in negotiations. Create win-win situations where fighting isn't needed in life. Use intelligence and planning instead of confrontation. Deeper wisdom. True mastery isn't about winning fights. It's about making fights unnecessary. This requires superior strategy, not superior force. Attack by Stratagem. Sun Tzu outlines the hierarchy of attacking. The best strategy. Attack the enemy's strategy, disrupt their plans before they execute. Attack the enemy's alliances, isolate them. Attack the enemy's army, direct confrontation. Attack fortified cities, the worst option, costly and time-consuming. Why this order matters. Each level down is more costly, more risky, and less efficient. The higher up you can operate, the better. The principle: target the root, not the branches. Disrupt plans before they become actions. Prevent problems rather than solving them. Modern application. Business. Best. Disrupt competitors' strategy. Innovate so their approach is obsolete. Good. Break their partnerships and supply chains. Compete directly with similar products. Worst. Try to take their established market share by foreseeing life. Best. Prevent problems from arising. Good. Address issues early. Deal with problems as they occur. Worst. Try to fix deeply rooted issues through foresee. Lesson. Be strategic, not tactical. Think several moves ahead. Win at the planning stage, not the fighting stage. Tactical dispositions. Sun Tzu teaches about positioning and readiness. The good fighters of old first put themselves beyond the possibility of defeat, and then waited for an opportunity of defeating the enemy. What this means: first, make yourself unbeatable. Secure your position. Eliminate your weaknesses. Build strong defense. Ensure you can't lose ground. Wait for the opportunity. Patty and enforce action. Let the enemy make mistake. Strike when the moment is perfect. The concept of invincibility. You can make yourself invincible through preparation and defense. But you can't force the enemy to be vulnerable, you must wait for them to expose weakness. In practice, defense is in your control. You can make yourself unbeatable through thorough preparation. Eliminate vulnerabilities and positioning. Resork management. Victory over others requires them to make mistakes. You must be patient and wait. Create conditions that invite error. Strike when they're vulnerable. Modern application in business. Build a sustainable business model. First, can't be destroyed, then expand when opportunities arise. In investing, but protect your capital first, then wait for great opportunities in life. Build strong foundations: health, skills, relationships, then pursue opportunities. And momentum. Sun Tzu discusses the power of timing and momentum. The clever combatant looks to the effective combined energy and does not require too much from individuals. The principle: success comes from combined force, momentum, and energy system design, not individual heroics. Like rolling rocks. When you roll rocks down a mountain, gravity does the work. Strategic positioning creates natural momentum that carries you to victory. Creating momentum. Build energy before releasing it. Strike when conditions are favorable. Loose the natural flow of events. Don't fight against momentum. Create it and ride it. Modern application. In business, launch products when market timing is perfect, not just when ready. In social media, ride trends and viral momentum. In life, build habits and systems that create automatic progress. The key: work smart, not hard. Use leverage and momentum. Position yourself so success becomes natural, not forced. Weak points and strong. Sun Tzu teaches about concentrating force and exploiting weakness. Whoever is first in the field and awaits the coming of the enemy will be fresh for the fight. Whoever is second in the field and has to hasten to battle will arrive exhausted. Key principles: be first. Choose the battlegrounds at the terms of engagement. Force the enemy to react to you. Make them fight on your terms. Attack weakness. Avoid strength. Find where the enemy is weak. Concentrate your force at that point. Avoid their strong points. Anti-reliquate overwhelming advantage at the point of contact. Water principle. Military tactics are like water. Water flows away from heights and towards low places. Avoid the enemy's strength. Strike their weakness. Modern application. In business, enter markets where competition is weak and compete directly with giants at their strength. Find underserved niches. Be first to market when possible. In competition, attack opponents' weaknesses, not strength. Choose battlegrounds that favor your abilities. Force opponents to play your game, not theirs. Strategy: never fight fair, always fight smart. Create situations where you have overwhelming advantage. Maneuvering and variation. Sun Tzu discusses flexibility and adaptation. In war, the way is to avoid what is strong and to strike at what is weak. The principle of variation: have multiple strategies ready. Adapt to circumstances. Don't be rigid or predictable. Flexibility in tactics: change your approach based on circumstances. Don't commit rigidly to one strategy. Adapt faster than your opponent. Keep multiple options open. Reading the situation: different situations require different approaches. Sometimes attack, sometimes defend, sometimes advance, sometimes retreat, sometimes fight, sometimes negotiate. Adapt to what the situation demands. Modern wisdom: in business, pivot when needed. Don't cling to failing strategies. In life, be flexible in methods. Firm in goals. In sports, adjust game plan based on what's working. The Use of Spies final chapter discusses intelligence and information. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. Types of knowledge: Sun Tzu describes 5 types of spies or intelligence sources. But the modern lesson is, information is everything. Gather intelligence constantly. Know what's happening before others. Use multiple sources of information in knowledge and awareness. In the modern world, intelligence means market research in business, competitive analysis, customer feedback, industry trends, data analytics, staying informed. It matters. Decisions made with good information succeed. Decisions made in ignorance fail. The quality of your information determines the quality of your decisions. Investment in intelligence: Sun Tzu says no expense is too great for good intelligence. In modern terms, invest in research, data, learning, and information gathering. Key principles summary. Let me summarize the core strategic principles from The Art of War. 1. Know yourself and your enemy. Deep knowledge of both sides is essential for victory. 2. Win without fighting. The supreme strategy is to make fighting unnecessary. 3. Deception is fundamental. Keep your true intentions and capabilities hidden. 4. Attack strategy: not armies. Disrupt plans before they become actions. 5. Defense first, offense second. Make yourself unbeatable, then wait for opportunities. 6. Speed and timing matter. Strike when the moment is right. Move faster than expected. 7. Attack weakness: avoid strength. Never fight where the enemy is strong. 8. Flexibility and adaptation: change tactics based on circumstances. 9. Use terrain to your advantage. Position yourself strategically. Literal or metaphorical terrain. 10. Gather intelligence: constantly information and knowledge determine success. 11. Preserve your strength: don't waste resources on unnecessary battles. 12. Create momentum: use timing and positioning to create natural advantages. Modern application: shall do these ancient principles apply today? In business, know your market and competitors. Thoroughly innovative to make competition irrelevant. Compete directly where others are strong. Find underserved niches, weak points in the market. Build sustainable advantage is strong defense. Strike when timing is optimal. Gather market intelligence constantly. Adapt your strategy as markets change. In career, know your strengths and the job market. Position yourself uniquely. Avoid direct competition. Build skills that make you irreplaceable. Echoes opportunities strategy clinitork and gather information. Be flexible and adaptable. Strike when opportunity is ripe. In personal life, know yourself deeply. Strengths, weaknesses, values. Choose your battles wisely. Position yourself for success. Build strong foundations first. Be patient and strategic. Adapt to changing circumstances. Learn continuously. Intelligence gathering in competition: Study opponents thorough to your strengths, their weakness unpredictable enter the pace and terms of engagement when through superior strategy, not just for the philosophy behind the Stratagem tactics. Sun Tzu teaches a philosophy, efficiency, over foreseeth best victories require minimal effort, because they're achieved through superior positioning and strategy. Intelligence over strength. Smart strategy beats brute force every time. Think more. Fight less. Preparation over reaction when battles before they're fought through thorough preparation. Adaptation over rigidity. Flexibility and responsiveness beat rigid adherence to plans. Long-term over short-term. Preserve strength. Think strategically. Build sustainable advantages. Prevention over redress problems at their source before they become battles. The Taoist influence. The art of war reflects Taoist philosophy. Flow like water, adapt to circumstances, win through non-action. Wu Wei, effortless action, work with natural forces, not against them. Achieve maximum effect with minimum for the deeper wisdom. True mastery isn't about domination through force. It's about understanding the natural flow of events and positioning yourself to succeed effortlessly. Final thought. Sized art of war has survived 2,500 years because it's not really about war. It's about strategy, competition, and human nature. The timeless lessons. Think strategic, not just tactical. Ignorance and preparation beat ignorance and reaction. Efficiency beats brute force. Flexibility beats rigidity. Position yourself to win before engaging. Make victory inevitable through superior strategy. To apply this book, read it. It's short, under 100 pages. Study it deeply. There's wisdom in every line. Apply principles to your specific situation. Think strategically about your challenges. Position yourself for success. Be patient and wait for the right moment. Strike decisively when the time comes. The ultimate message. Life is strategic. Competition is constant. Those who think strategically, position themselves well, and act at the right moment will succeed. Those who react emotionally, fight every battle, and rely on force alone will struggle. Be like water. Be strategic, be patient, be prepared, and remember Sun Tzu's wisdom. Victorious warriors win first, and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first, and then seek to win. If this ancient wisdom opened your mind to strategic thinking, smash that like button, and subscribe for more powerful book summaries. Drop a comment. What's your biggest strategic challenge right now? How can Sun Tzu's principles help you? Now go out there and think strategically.